Does anyone else feel like if it's in a loaf cake form, then it's totally acceptable for breakfast? Normally I wouldn't eat sticky toffee pudding for breakfast, but in a loaf cake, I definitely would. So here I'm just pouring some hot water over some pitted dates to get them to soften a little bit. And then in a large pot, I'm mixing together some brown sugar and butter until it gets nice, melted together and bubbly. Then I'm mixing in 1 tablespoon of heavy cream at a time so it's fully incorporated. Once it's thickened, I'm going to set it aside to thicken up some more. Then in a separate bowl, I'm creaming together some light brown sugar and butter. Once that's really nice, light and fluffy, I'm gonna add in some eggs one at a time so that they get fully incorporated into the butter. And then in a food processor, I'm going to pour in those softened dates with some baking soda, pulse that a few times, and I'm going to add in some vanilla extract. Then in a separate bowl, I'm whisking together some flour, baking powder, and salt. Once that's combined, I'm going to add half of the dry ingredients to the butter mixture, fold it in, then add half of the date mixture, fold it in, and then repeat the process. And just make sure you don't overmix the batter. We don't want to develop too much gluten, which could create a tough cake. So then we're going to pour half of the batter into a loaf pan and take some of that toffee sauce and spoon it on top, then use a knife to swirl it all around. And then we'll top with the remaining cake batter and a little bit more of that toffee sauce. Swirl it again, bake it, and then once it's cold, drizzle it with the remaining toffee sauce. You might have to rewarm it to loosen it a little bit, and then slice into it. It's so good. You can find the full recipe below.